fifth time's the charm because I just get too emotional. But Hihani Washte Midgard. My name is Michelle from Throw Once Another Letter, and today we're going to be having a discussion. So, a few things, okay? First off, hello. It has been a while since I have made a video longer than 1 minute or 15 seconds. I noticed that the only ones that people are really watching are the Indigenous ones. So that makes me feel some kind of way because I don't want to be your token Indigenous friend. I want you to be, I want to be somebody that you want to look at. Watch, like, know my opinion on things more so than just Indigenous issues. I am the last person that you want to look towards for any kind of information on Indigenous issues. Just so you know, I'm pretty sure I have undiagnosed ADHD, and so I am not always eloquent. I have to put like a good 3 hours of hyper focused into a paragraph that I want to do. Like, it took me an hour to learn Dovajul, okay? That was because I wanted to learn it, okay? And do I remember the lyrics? No. Do I remember how to pronounce? Yes, I do. Anyway, so like I said, my videos are going to be taking a more journalistic approach in which there's going to be more voiceovers, more photos, because I did get a new camera, but it's not exactly the video quality that I am looking for. So I'm hoping to buy like a vlogging camera because I did have a camera. However, it has like a little spot on it and it just bugs the shit out of me. So I'm just like, no, I just want something different. I want something new. This video camera that I bought, it's more so for like, I feel like it's more so for photos. Like, yeah, you could make videos, but I don't know. Like, the content is not like deluxe. It's not what I'm looking for. So I just want to take more pictures, make more voiceovers, and then maybe like 50% camera, if that's okay with you. I'm pretty sure that's okay with you because it's my channel and I make the rules. What's the word? It's from Shrill. It's, I have big titties and a fat ass and I tell men what to do. So, in which case, this is more so of like, I have big books and a fat shelf, and so I tell you what to do. Anyway, so we're going to have to talk about a few things other than that. It's been motivation. Motivation and reading. I have not been reading books that I like. A good portion of 2021 have been books that I'm not necessarily like, I don't know, have been my favorite. Like, I have definitely a few favorites that I do plan on making like a, here's what I liked of 2021. But like, there's been a few that I'm just like, or I've tried reading and I'm just not. So here's the deal. I plan on taking kind of a step away from not necessarily new releases because I love promoting new releases. Like, making a post on my Instagram, like when I did for Sleeping Around or Firekeeper's Daughter, like that kind of a thing has been my bread and butter. Like, that's been my shit. Remembering to do it for my booktube channel has been bad. I always have the intention of, oh, I got this book in the mail, I am gonna make a video about this book and post it, and it just never happens. I also plan on trying to make TBR videos, and I do want to make wrap-ups. I'm not like proficient in wrap-ups or like anything. Like, I haven't made a wrap-up since like early May 2020. So Then I'm also going to be doing like some collaborations too coming up. So we have that to look forward to. Like I said with the Indigenous thing, like a lot of these are Indigenous like trauma right here. This is my Indigenous shelf. I'm not reading any right now. Anything that I read is going to be a middle grade or something that's a new release. When it comes to Indigenous literature, I a lot of the books I have that have some kind of trauma in them, and I just, ever since my brother died, I can't do it. I also, my cousin Keaton, he passed away in December of 2020 by suicide, and so I just have not been able to really. He was the only person that didn't make me feel disconnected from my community when it comes to like indigeneity, when it comes to like my family. And then my childhood sweetheart, Weston, he was killed in an automobile accident, and the car was on fire. And he died also in December 2020, and so losing him really hurt. I did not get to tell him how much he meant to me, like what I felt for him. We don't have pictures together, but we spent a lot of time together when we were little. Like, he was literally my first kiss. I gotta cover my window. I feel like somebody's watching me. So I didn't have my window covered, and I don't know, I felt like somebody was watching me, so I just put it up. Anyway, I know it's dark. I know there's Indigenous people watching this, like, wow, what are you trying to find? Anyway, so yeah, I just, been really sad. And like, I have not had any immediate grief, but with everything happening this year, especially concerning like Line 3 and water protectors and the children that have been found throughout this entire summer, and seeing the booktube community, like the book Twitter community, actively ignoring the things that I have been saying and the things that my peers have been saying, and things regarding like TJ Klune, and I've been seeing white people full ass promoting his works and promoting the works of people that have actively, or even just people in the community that have actively harmed Indigenous communities, and seeing that, I'm just like, fuck this shit. So it's just been a modicum of like, what more can I do? But there are some pluses to this. I have, with the support of people in the community, as well as my friend Eli, I have decided to make my own regalia, and I have decided to dance. Granted, I'm not good at dancing right now. I just practice, and I've been working on flexibility and like jumping and things like that, but and like steps and switches and things like that. But as for anything else, I haven't really told my family about it because I don't know, I don't always feel 100% supported when it comes to my indigeneity. Ever since my grandma died and like my pops died, I just haven't felt that sense of security from my family. And also I haven't really been able to see my brothers or like people that make me feel Indigenous in a very long time. And that's not to say that I don't feel Indigenous with all my family. It's just that there are certain people in my family that just they don't try to make me feel that way. It's just that I just don't feel whole in front of them, I guess you could say. Then, aside from all of that, we're going to be talking about what's going on in the community. So, you have some things to look forward to. I plan on doing some collaborations. I have like a couple of videos that I want to make in the next coming months that are like, I read so-and-so's favorite book, or I am following so-and-so's thingy of this thingy that I'm not telling you about. And then like some secret TBR videos. I plan on making one that involves the romance genre. And I also plan on making some videos, like just kind of like silly ones, like based off of like Avengers stuff. And also, since I'm a co-host for the Avengers Readathon, I'm also planning on tackling like one of the boards as like a secret TBR video. I'm not sure which one yet. Christine, if you have any idea, you should let me know. And so then, because I haven't finished Thor yet. Like, why? Anyway, so since I have that going on, I haven't really finished anything. And I think I'm kind of in a reading slump right now because I finished Her Land, Her Love, and that just took a lot out of me emotionally. And so anything that I was supposed to read this month, I was like, it ain't happening. But I am going to talk about a few books right now. This is like the 5th time I'm making this video, and every video has like surpassed like 50 minutes, and I don't want to get there. Okay, since I'm doing this on my webcam. So, okay. So, we're going to talk about some Indigenous books that I just received. I received A Snake Falls to Earth by Darcy Little Badger. And thank you to Levine Quirdo for sending this to me. I'm not sure if you sent this to me unprompted or if Darcy had something to do with it. Thank you so much. Like, this just means a lot to me because there have been some authors that I have not heard from, or like publishers, I should say. There have been publishers that I have not heard from that usually would like message me something by now that I haven't heard from at all. I read like for Heart Drum because like authors like Cynthia Lettich Smith, the OG Don Quigley, I've read books from them. Also, I have like fully claimed David Haskell Wombley Wyden and Erica, like my auntie and uncle of authors. So like, if you're native, you know. I just love them so much. And then this month, My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones is coming out. So I'm looking forward to this. And also this is like the cover, or the, you know what I mean? Like the box. Yeah, here we go. Right? This reminds me of like the TriStar, the old style TriStar, cover. Like VHS covers. There we go. So, I'm really psyched about this as well. There will be no Stephen Graham Jones slander here, okay? There's just not. The next book that I wanted to talk about was Yusuf Azim is Not a Hero by Sadia Farooqi, and this is about a young boy who has the chance to kind of turn things around and call himself Joe or Joseph and like drop his name that he was given and to present as like more Americanized, and he decides not to do that. And also, this is the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, and he is living in a small town in Texas. And so, from what I can tell, there are some things that are going on, and his family is feeling the pressure of this event and of the things that are surrounding it. And it's about him like trying to do robotics and figuring things out. And so this is going to be a good read. And also the red you can use this for your Peggy board. So it works out both ways. Next, we have our 2 books that are on my top 10 books that I want to finish this year. I plan on making a video about it at some point or form, whatever. And my friend Caleb actually chose these 2 books for me. I got to hang out with him a couple times, and we go way back. He is just he's just what's the word? I just love him so much. He's one of those friends that has been there, like, since before I met Calvin, and he's always been somebody that I can trust, and someone that I can be myself with fully, and not how I don't know, sometimes I feel like I act differently in front of other friends, and he sees me the way that I see me, and not in the way that I want people to see me, I guess you could say. And so, not to get too deep, but I was like, hey, I'm intimidated by these books. And he was like, you don't have to be. And I was like, bro, they're over 300 something pages. And he was like, why are you stressing out? It's not that big of a deal. And I'm like, yeah, it is, because I'm stressed. And so he was like, well, let me pick that. I was like, I'll let you pick. And he was like, okay. So then I sent him a picture of some of the books that I wanted to read. And he was like, here we go. So we have Truthwitch by Susan Dennard. Margaret is like, you need to read this. You need to read this. And so I was like, okay. I was going to buddy read this with somebody a couple of years ago, but it just never happened. And then we also have The Graceling by Kristen Cashore. And this one I picked up in the new cover back in May. I bought it in January or February or something like that. That was when we were getting stimulus checks. And I did not get the copy that I wanted. I was expecting the new copy. I got the old copy, and I was like, this is not going to work out. So I haven't read it yet, and so once I read this, then I'm picking up the second book in the series, when I go to my trip next week, because I'll be in Sioux Falls at least, and we're spending an extra day when I come home, because our anniversary is on the 21st, and we know that we're not going to get to make a big trip again, because since Delta is a thing, we know that cases are going to surge, and so we have just decided to be more responsible. I am going on this trip because we planned it, and also we spent a lot of money already, so that's why I'm going to go to the now canceled BookNet Fest event place, and I'm going to spend time with my friends Margaret and Bethany, and the reason why I'm going is and Rachel, obviously, and the reason why I'm going is because I already spent money on this trip, and also because I never do anything really big, really nice for myself, and I haven't gone anywhere since 2015 when I went to Ohio to meet my friend and my pen pal Joseph and my friend Eli. So we're gonna do it. So we're reading these. I also redid my bookshelves, so that way there's magic cards, but also a bunch of other books that I want to read really badly, and some of the series that I wanted to read too. And then over here is my stressed out shelf. And my friend and Caleb literally was like, you need wooden shelves, not this Walmart stuff. And I was like, okay, well, you can help me put it together then if you want me to get wooden bookshelves so bad. Which, yes, I do eventually, because I plan on painting in here. And I actually want a more of a nature-y type room, I was planning on painting it all white and then making a mural of forests. How's that sound? That sounds pretty good to me. Did I mention Alex? I hope I mentioned Alex. Anyway, if this is probably the second time I've mentioned his name, but Alex from Pucks and Paperbacks is hosting a readathon called the Slapshot Readathon from the 15th to the 22nd, and it is a reading. It's a hockey themed-ish readathon, and there's different prompts, but it's like there was one that was like a rule of 3, but then you could choose like the first book in a trilogy, or a book with, I don't know, it had something to do with the number, but I plan on participating. I'm going to make like a teeny TBR, like at least 2 books out of the, like, I think there were like 6 prompts or something like that. I'm excited about it. I also wanted to talk about my friend Ren from Nootka Reads, NOOTKAREADS, and he is promoting his book right now. His book is a children's book. It comes out in February of 2022. It is about a boy who receives a drum and learns more about his culture and customs. And Ren is one of my bestest friends. He and I talk on a daily basis. Same with Alex and Rachel and Louisa, Delphi, like all those people. So we talk on a daily basis. Ren I met last year when we formed the Indigenous Bookstagram like little group chat, and I commented on one of his posts because he posted about an author who I consider trash. And so we had a little discussion about it, and we talked and stuff, and slowly but surely we started talking and sharing more about ourselves and talking about things. And I talk to him, like I said, on a daily basis, and I love him so much, and I care about him so much, and I'm so proud of him for this book. I cannot wait until I can hold the book in my hands, because I just know that I'm gonna love it. And the way that he is, like his personality and his drive and his kindness, and he is just someone that when I think about how I want my son to turn out and how I want him to be viewed as an Indigenous child, I think of Ren. Ren is just incredibly kind, and he's funny, and he is respectful, and he holds his elders to such a high regard. But he also is like a jokester, and he's just considerate, and there's just, I could say like so many good things about him. And we've never even argued. Like, I think we did argue once, but that was because he sent me like this one meme, and I was like, dude. But it was nothing bad, obviously. It was something I thought was completely different. But anyway, the point is that he's great. So yeah, I would go check out his book. Go check it out. The art is also in, like, the artist is tagged, and so you'll be able to go see some of the artist's work, and I love it too. I also just wanted to give like a shout out to my friends, Rachel from Reads with Rachel, Natalie from It's Them Adventures Again, and a bunch of other people that I would just be here for forever. But Natalie is like one of my longest standing female friendships. The last female friendship I had lasted 15 years. But she chose to be friends with somebody else, and good for her. You look happy and healthy, blah blah blah, like that Olivia Rodrigo song. But like, yeah, I just love Natalie so much, and she's been such an integral part of my life, and I cannot imagine my life without her in it. And a lot of 2020 and 2021 has just been me feeling sad, but I have been trying to let go of things that no longer make sense for me to hold on to any longer. I don't really talk a lot about Soren, but he is currently in the process of trying to get a diagnosis for his autism and or ADHD, possibly. However, it's hard for me to talk about. Not because I have any, like, I'm ashamed or anything, but it's more so just because I like the way that not only am I protecting his privacy, like, I don't film him and I don't post about him I try not to post about him very much or film him very much, but also just because the internet and like the Bookstagram community or whoever it just so happens to be on my profile, they view him the way I view him. They care about him the way I care about him, and not in the way that other people see him. Like, through this entire process, we don't go out, we don't have play dates or anything, because in school he was a distraction, because he couldn't participate in library time. He doesn't play well with other kids. I should say other kids don't play well with him. And I have tried to maintain some of my friendships, and it's not to say that I don't want to be their friends. It's just that our children don't meld. They don't fit. And it's not because of them. It's not because of my son. It's just the way that we do things and the way that I see things. I don't want to put him through that, and I don't want to put myself through that. And so I've just been feeling really lonely and feeling alone. And that's rough. And one of my friends came over and he hit her in the face with a salt shaker. And I felt really bad. And she sent me a link about gentle parenting and the effects of it and things like that. And I think it was one of like how it doesn't work or something like that. And then there was also like a flyer for a community, like a community support group. And I don't go to those because I just, I don't want to be I'd rather talk to friends that I have already that deal with it rather than new people, because I don't want someone to see my kid as like a problem. I don't like when people see my son as a problem. I don't like when they see him as an issue. So like at school, I hate school because every time it's always something. It's always like, oh, Soren did this and oh, Soren did that. When he was in summer school though, it was, oh, Soren did so great today, and yeah, he had so much fun doing this and this, versus when he's in school and we have like such a big IEP and it's like 6 people with his therapy and occupation, and I wish that people looked at him the way that I look at him. I wish that he was appreciated and cared about the same way that I care about him. And the world is cruel, and not everyone sees things the same way that I do. And so it's hard for me to talk about him. So when it comes to like family and like books and everything like that, I'd rather just talk about like surface level stuff. And then like some of my creativity has also been lacking. I created a bullet journal spread for Sleeping Around by Morgan Vega, which was one of my 5-star reads of the year. Definitely a top favorite. I haven't been movie journaling because I don't have any colored printer ink right now. And then I also have not been writing any snail mail either because I just don't feel motivated right now, which sucks. So that's been happening. What am I going to read in September, you may ask? I'm going to be buying the Lord of the Rings books because I'm going to be doing something there with Bethany because she's hosting a thing. You should go check that out. I'm also going to be working on Truthwitch and Graceling still. And reading. I also have a bunch of arcs that I have to get through too. I was planning on making a video about that too if anybody's interested in that. But yeah, like I said, I want to be more than just your Indigenous friend that you like to watch just because I'm Indigenous. Man, it's a real trip sometimes. But that does not mean that I'm not going to talk about a lot of these books because granted, yes, they might have trauma and that I'm not reading them right now, but that does not mean that they don't deserve the hype because some of them really do. Like, I plan on reading The Marrow Thieves and Heartberries, and we had a little real estate problem. The Sea Keeper. Like, there's a lot of books in here that I'm hyped. I just can't read right now. So I think that covers a lot of it. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of motivation, or not motivation. There's a lot of ideas up here, just not that much motivation. Because I just suck at reading. I just plain and simple. I do show up when I'm expected to. I do read when I'm expected to, except for this month. I was supposed to read the Midnight Library for the Avengers Readathon. It's just not happening. It is not happening. I do not have the money right now to spend on the Midnight Library. I also do not have it available at my library. I've been waiting. I've been checking. It's not going to happen. So, I don't mind spoilers though, and I've also heard that it's not good because it has some suicidal ideation, which I am not a fan of right now. So I'm gratefully passing on that. And I'm also going to be the last Indigenous romance read-along book, Abandon. That's tomorrow. I'm sad about it because I don't want it to quite end yet, but we did find some really good picks for 2021, and I'm hoping that more people give Indigenous romance a chance and not stuff that literally glorifies someone that participated in a massacre of Indigenous peoples and it won a whole ass award, but what the fuck do I know? Anywho, yeah, so that's what I've been talking about. That's how I feel. Is there anything else? The Heart Principle, I'm looking forward to that coming out. I'm also looking forward to things. I hope that I talked about everything that I was supposed to talk about. I hope that you're all doing well. Just so you know you're valued. No one might tell you on a daily basis, but you know what? People really should. Life is too short to not tell the people that you love them. I know for a damn fact, I tell everybody who I care about and that I love them every single fucking day, because you never know what's gonna happen. You never know, okay? Like, I tell Ren that I love him every single day. I tell my friend Caleb that I love him every single day. I tell my friend Eli that I love him every single day. I tell Calvin that I love him, like, I don't know, 60 times a day at least. Natalie, I tell her I love her every day, multiple times a day, actually. I also do this through gifts. like GIFs. Like I'll send them like a squishy hug or like a cuddle every day, every single day. Yeah. So I will talk to you later. I am tired. I'm probably gonna go to bed, and I'll see you when I see you. I'm planning on making another video about some books that I want to read. So yes. I hope that you're all doing well, and I'll bye.